I couldn't resist a funny little story, which is that in Unit 4 of the book, we were talking about to have something done. You know, it's the causative. Oh my goodness, look at my hair. Yeah. Anyway, it's all about my hair because I said to you, the teachers always laugh when people say, "Oh, you have cut your hair," and you say, "No, I haven't cut my hair," because that means I did it myself. It's I've had my hair cut. Oh, you've had your hair cut. Okay. Well, in this case, I haven't had it cut. I didn't get an expert to do it for me. I did it myself. So I have cut my hair. There we go. Right, let's have a look at this study, practice, and remember on page 164 and try and sort it out because they've made it very, very complicated. So let's have a look at this. So it's looking at gerunds. Now, all you need to remember with a gerund is a verb, an action, that's in the position in a sentence that normally you would find a noun in. So it's a verb pretending to be a noun. I've said this in the past. It's a little bit like Superman pretending to be a normal person by putting on glasses and being Clark Kent. And the glasses in this case are the ing. So, for example, to skate is an action, but the gerund is skating, okay? And you can say, I like skating, or I'm not very good at skating, or skating is quite difficult to learn. And in each of those cases, with skating, you're using it in the position of a noun. If you say, I like it, you're using it instead of where a noun would be, pronoun here. If you say skating is difficult, you're using it as the subject of the sentence. I forgot to say, sorry, the previous one was the object of the sentence, obviously. So subject or object, or also after a preposition. I'm good at skating. Okay, that's all you really need to know, but let's have a look at how they do it. And needless to say, the book is overcomplicating it by saying, yeah, we use gerunds as the subject or object of the sentence. Too much sunbathing, I hate being late. After a preposition, certain verbs are followed by the gerund. Yeah, to admit doing something, can't stand doing something. Now, my tip here is that you have to learn them, but a lot of emotions. The next one is the ing. So I can't stand learning grammar. I enjoy sitting in the sunshine with my friends. I hate waiting in queues. Okay, so all those kind of things. We've got things that are emotions, so that's a good way to remember it. There's also so to have something, have difficulty, have trouble, and then we've got ing, but sometimes they're also followed by in doing something. Okay, and finally, it's worth and it's no use. They're also followed by the gerund. Okay. And then it reminds you that the gerund negative form is not doing something. But infinitives with two infinitives are not generally used as the subject of sentences. They're most commonly used in the following constructions. So here we go. We've got lots of verbs where you talk about something now, but the action is in the future. So we agreed to do something. We agreed to meet next week. We decided to wait until next year. I expect to see him tomorrow. I hope to talk to her later in the day. He offered to take me to the station next week. So a lot of these, I promise to tell you more of these. A lot of them are actions that are now, and the to part follows later. Now, there's no reason for this. It's just a pattern that doesn't work all the time, but it's a helpful way of remembering these things. Practice is the most important thing, of course. Now, we also say it's easy, it's difficult, it's not easy to do something. He was the first person to do something. She was the last person to find out about it, and so on. Okay. We can also use it with lots of different adjectives with an infinitive to follow. I'm too old to learn a new hobby. You're not old enough to go into that nightclub. It's easy for to do for people to do this. Okay, so lots of adjectives are followed by to do something. Okay. Nouns, yes, a chance, a decision, an opportunity, time. Yeah, they took time to learn it, and then their English became much better. We've got it with nowhere, somewhere, something, nothing, no one, and so on. There's nowhere to go nowadays because the cinema has shut. Would you like something to eat? Is a very typical one, isn't it? The other one that we use it for is infinitive of purpose. Yes, to boldly go where no man has gone before. That was the old Star Trek thing, where, of course, no man. They also took who are along with them? I'm talking nonsense now, aren't I? Let's get back to the point, okay? I need to tell you something, and I'm telling you this to help you with your English, okay? So the answer to the question, why? Your last little group are infinitives without to. So that's just what we call a bare infinitive, bare, B-A-R-E. It means there's nothing covering it. In this case, there's no to with it. I can't wait for the weekend. You must have been waiting for a long time. The next verb after a modal verb, can, may, must, should, will, would, all of those ones is never to. I can tell you about this. You must ask me the question. You should go there, and so on, okay? We also used it after had better, okay? We'd better, and I'd rather, I would. Notice that they're both apostrophe and then D, but one of them means had better and the other one is would rather, okay? And finally, yeah, let, make, and help, although help you can also use to with, so I'm not going to say anything about that one. Let's do some practice. So just to throw it all in together, there is a bit on page 165 over on the right side, and over on the right side you can see some other things you need to remember, but basically you just follow the grammar structure and it's very regular, okay? All this is adding is that there are other forms, for example negatives or passive forms or perfect forms or continuous forms, but yeah, they're just other verb uses, and the previous verb still dictates the form. So if it's followed by ing normally, then it's followed by ing any other time, whether that is not ing or being, as in the passive, or the perfect form, having, or the continuous form. Okay, in this case, be doing. Let's have a look at that one in a bit more detail. Okay, I'll admit defeat on that one. So, number one, negative forms. Infinitives and gerunds can be used in a negative form. I told you not to do that. Or I want to achieve immortality through not dying, which is the Woody Allen quote in the book. Passive forms. I want to be left alone. Yeah, I want somebody to leave me alone. No, I want other people to leave me alone, so I want to be left alone. He'd rather not be given money. There's no to. Okay, she hates being told what to do. That's the passive gerund. That's probably not a passive person. That's probably a passive aggressive person. She hates being told what to do. Perfect. Yes, we use perfect infinitive, to have done, when the infinitive clause refers to a time before the main clause. I would like to visit Rome. It is still possible. I would like to have visited Rome. It's too late. Okay. We can also use the the perfect infinitive form without to. I would rather have known the truth. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty rare stuff. And the perfect gerund is also possible, but it sounds very formal and we often avoid it. So have a look at this. I remember having seen them. People very often say, I remember seeing them, because you know it's in the past already. Okay? It makes it very, very clear that it already happened beforehand. I remember seeing them. Well, it can't be, looking forward, so it must be looking back. Okay? But it is a valid form. I remember having done that. I remember having told you. I remember telling you. Same thing, really. The continuous form, yeah, the weather seems to be getting better. That's continuous change. I'd rather be lying on a beach than working at this moment. Okay, so it's exactly the same form, whether we're talking about something that's in constant change and we're in the middle of the change, or something that you would prefer to be doing at this moment. Okay, the gerund is not used in a continuous form. Why not? Because it ends in ing, and actually it's not a verb anyway. It's a verb pretending to be a noun. Okay, oh, that's enough grammar, isn't it? No, I hear you say you want to do some practice. Okay, choose the correct verb forms. It's a good idea to press pause now. Have a look at the bottom of 165 and we'll find the correct answer. Number one, although it's probably annoying for celebrities, it's annoying to, okay, yeah, but what? To ask or to be asked? Who asked for the autograph? They are asked. It's passive, so to be asked for the autograph in the street. The time to worry is when people stop asking them. Okay, so the time to worry, again, not to have worried, it's not in the past. And when people stop asking, the people don't stop being asked for them. They're not famous, are they? Okay, you try the rest and I'll put the answers up.